Greetings from the Yellowstone County Weed District. We're excited to have you join us to learn about integrated noxious weed management. My name is Megan Hoyer, and I'm the Education Specialist and Crew Foreman for the Yellowstone County Weed District. My job is to learn about and teach others the effects of noxious weeds. The main thing that I like to talk about is how noxious weeds, plants not from Montana, were either purposefully or accidentally brought here. These plants grow aggressively and have no natural predators. These species can be destructive, competitive, and difficult to control, so much that the government mandates their control.
Hello, I'm Joe Lockwood, County Weed Coordinator for Yellowstone County. I'm in charge of day-to-day operations here at the County Weed District, and I work with several government agencies as well as local government agencies to help mitigate noxious weeds in Yellowstone County. Plus, we also have to take care of our county right-of-ways, which provides safety for travelers in Yellowstone County.
When meeting at Riverfront Park, we are going to be looking at 3 different types of invasive plants. These plants are more commonly known as trees. Billings City Forester Steve McConnell will be coming out and giving us some information on barberry. Barberry is a tree/shrub that came from Europe. It got here because of its medicinal properties. I heard it makes great hedges. However, out in Montana, in our wildlife areas, it grows and develops and reproduces and wipes out our natives. Next, we'll be looking at a new invader added to the list. This is buckthorn, and it is classified as a noxious weed in Montana. Buckthorn came from Europe as well. Its seeds germinate at an alarming rate, allowing it to reproduce easily. Therefore, it crowds out the natives as well. Last but not least, we'll be studying saltcedar. Saltcedar is abundant in Yellowstone County, and lucky for us, Yellowstone County Weed Coordinator Joe Lockwood has been combating weeds in Yellowstone County for 15 years. He knows a thing or two about saltcedar, and he's going to come share some information with us today. Hey Joe, what is saltcedar and how long has it been in Yellowstone County?
Saltcedar is an invasive tree that was brought over from the Middle East or Eurasia. It's probably been in Yellowstone County approximately 35 years. We have found trees on the river that we have cut down, and the tree rings have indicated anywhere from 27 to 35 years. Saltcedar is a very invasive tree. It spreads by seed and its root system. Seeds can generally germinate within 24 hours after detecting moisture, and they're viable up to 45 days. So it makes it a very difficult tree to control. Very invasive from the get-go.
What has Yellowstone County been doing to mitigate the situation?
Back in 2007, Yellowstone County started a grant project on the Yellowstone River at the Stillwater-Yellowstone County lines. And we have been trying to control saltcedar along here ever since then, and we are gradually working our way eastward.
What makes saltcedar noxious? How did it make the list?
Like I said before, saltcedar is a very invasive tree, spreads very fast, and does not have any natural enemies over here.
Regarding integrated weed management, what methods of control are available?
Well, let's talk about integrated weed management real quick. There are about 3 different methods of control that are available. I'll start out by talking about the diarrhea beetle. It's a defoliating beetle that feeds upon the leaves of the tree and defoliates it. However, this beetle is very prone to flooding. If it's released in an area that floods, you most likely will not have a good population recurrence the following year. Let's move on to the next one, stump cut method, where you can go out and you saw down the saltcedar trees and you treat the stumps with a triclopyr ester bark oil mix. About 25% Remedy Ultra and 75% bark oil. And then we go into the IPM, the individual plant treatment method, as we do here in Yellowstone County. When we go out and treat, we treat the salt cedar trees from ground up 18 inches. We make sure we cover all the stems 360 degrees all the way around, as some of the salt cedar trees, as you may know, are made up of several stems. The younger trees are especially noted for this. Some of the older trees may be a single or double trunks. You never know what you're going to run into out there. But we treat up from the ground 18 inches, and then we make sure that we spray down into the crown of that tree, and make sure we spray quite a bit of product down in there. That way we get a good translocation of the herbicide. The bark oil acts as a penetrant and a carrier, and carries that herbicide into the root system of the salt cedar.
Joe, this sounds like an awful lot of work. It must be hard on equipment, and it must just be hard work in general. How much time and money is spent on the project about each year?
Well, you can figure anywhere from over $200 to over $300 per acre. That's just on the herbicide cost, and that also includes the cost of the bark oil. And we are buying our mix in a pre-mix now, so we no longer have to mix it by hand here. That does not include labor. Labor runs about $85 an hour. And in past project years, we've spent anywhere from $119,000 in a project year all the way up to $143,000.
Wow, that is quite an accomplishment. So not everybody knows and can identify salt cedar, or surely doesn't have the equipment to go out and spray. What can you suggest that people can do right now just to get started on salt cedar awareness?
Well, if you're out and about on the river, or you may find it off the river too, in some rangeland areas where there's prairie potholes, if you run into it, please contact your local weed district and let them know right away.
Thanks, Joe, for the awesome interview. Thank you guys for paying attention today. We're looking forward to meeting you on Thursday and talking about some integrated weed management. Please remember that we are in Montana and dress for the weather. Some good boots, hats, gloves are always awesome. Looking forward to meeting you, and see you later.